Hey, this is Jeff again with the Valhalla Ventures, ReigUideService.com, ReigUideService.com. Want to do a real quick video and talk about starting where you're at. I know that's in a sense with a prepositional phrase, and you're not supposed to do that, but let's just let it slide for this one instance, okay? Starting where you're at. What I mean by that is that I didn't just start in the real estate investment business because just one day I woke up and was like, hey, I'm going to be a real estate investor. It was a lot more complicated. That path was a lot different for me. I didn't just have a lot of money. I wasn't just, a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, or I didn't have just a plethora of wealth that I could go, get from. I didn't have wealthy family members. My mom did own a couple of rental properties when I was growing up, but I wouldn't say she bought them wrong, but I would say she didn't necessarily buy them the best way possible for them to be profitable. And then she never raised rents. And so taxes go up, maintenance stuff goes up. And if you're never raising rent, then you're never making any money. So, instead of a first car, instead of me getting a first car, someone else got a water heater. Not complaining. In the end, they're paid for now, and they provide her with a nice supplemental income to her teacher retirement. So no complaints. But my point being that I didn't really know the right way. I didn't have like a mentor or a guide. And fortunately or unfortunately, whenever I did meet and start working with investors as a handyman, my idea of what an investor was someone that bought properties low, paid the cheapest possible to kind of sort of fix it enough to pawn that piece of junk off on someone else. But then I started meeting investors that did quality work, and sometimes they spent way too much money and as a result didn't make near as much money as they could. I didn't have the money that I needed to do any of these projects. But what I did have was the ability to go work on the projects and make some money. And so that's what I did. I started where I was at. Again, even though a prepositional phrase, we're going to let it slide this time. I just think that not enough people in this world just go ahead and take risk and make moves based on where they're at. They are looking for problems. They are not looking for solutions. Whereas what I do is I try to not only myself, but help my clients learn how to problem solve for profit. Because that's what you do as an investor, as an entrepreneur, as a person out there in the world trying to make it. You're trying to problem solve for profit. Sometimes those profits are straight up cash money in your pocket. Other times, those profits are the fact that you now have an extra 10 hours a week to go spend with your kids, to hang out with your significant other, to spend time with your family, to go see your mom in Des Moines or wherever the heck your mom's living. The point is, problem solving for profit is what this business is all about. That's what I do. That's what I try to train people and work with people so that they can get that mindset that really it's just about solving problems. And very few of those problems can just be solved by throwing money at it. Most of the problems, you might throw some money at it, but that didn't solve it. So then you throw some more money at it, and that didn't solve it. You go hire an engineer. That person takes a long time to try to solve it. It doesn't necessarily work that just because you pay money, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean when you pay for something, you get the results that you paid for. And most people know that realistically, but then idealistically, they think, hey, if I'm an investor or if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm trying to do business and I'm trying to give money to people and I'm trying to do work with people, then obviously the best bet would be for them to reciprocate. I'm trying to give them money, they're gonna, but I can tell you there's been several estimators, there's been, realtors. Throughout my career, there's been a plethora of people who I gave every opportunity to make a lot of money off of me, and they just didn't want it because it would have required to actually do the actual work and not just fall into it. But on that same hand, the house I live in right now, the realtor that was the selling agent, she didn't do anything at all. She didn't show me the property. She didn't negotiate. She didn't go to closing. She didn't do anything. She gave me the door code whenever I initially called and asked about the property so that I could let myself in and go look at it. But she still made her percent. She still made her cut. Anyway, I think you just got to start where you're at. Start trying to figure out how you too can solve problems for profit. If someone needs to have a house remodeled and you have the skills of a contractor, then maybe that's how you do it. If you know a lot about insurance, maybe there's a way that you could talk to them about how to use their insurance to invest. Maybe there's a way that you can use whatever it is that your problem-solving skills, your expertise, use those to create a niche and solve problems for profit. That's what this business, that's what all business of entrepreneurship, investing, that's what it's about, solving problems for profit. Start where you're at, even if it is a prepositional phrase and you're not supposed to do that at the end of sentences. Be blessed, bless others. ReigUideService.com, ReigUideService.com. There. Don't do that clicking thing at the end. It's weird.